guys, Whiskey Wednesday here at the Springfield Distillery, getting ready to do some cocktails for Thanksgiving. Hoping that you guys are able to join me. I'm just looking to see if I can see any comments or anything. Oh, I got somebody watching. Hey Mom, I see you there. Hope you're getting ready for your Thanksgiving, as we all are. Starting to anyway. Went to the grocery store today. Not a great idea to do it the day before Thanksgiving. Next year I'll make sure that I plan a couple days in advance for that. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving and are starting to think about their cocktails and that. I totally winged this today. I actually had a gentleman come and wanted to buy a couple of bottles for Thanksgiving, and thankfully he said that Jamie from Gloucester Furniture actually donated an entire flat of raspberries. Wasn't planning on raspberries, was actually going to do a cranberry mule, but I'm totally changing this up, and so I had to change a few of the cocktails. So if I sound a little scattered or anything like that, just give me a second because I'll get back on track. But I think the first one I'm going to start with is that raspberries, because I just think it sounds really good as a mule. And I just thought that, wow, if we can do a little bit of the raspberry puree and the whiskeys that I was thinking, I was torn between the 1842 and maybe doing the orange. But we are really loving this bourbon, and we are really loving these whiskeys with the nice bold taste. It's taken me about 4 years to be able to say that, but I'm there now. So I'm going to show you just what I would do with the 1842. It's very different than the straight bourbon. I think that this 1842 has a really nice whiskey taste to it, but it also has these like little fruit notes back from the wine barrel that we actually aged this in, thanks to Hunting Creek Vineyards. A little shout out to our friends Sandy and Milt from Hunting Creek. Thank you so much for doing what you do, because it made this whiskey super yummy. So I'm going to take in just our little tasting glasses. As you guys know, these are 8 ounces. So I'm doing this based on an 8-ounce cocktail. And then I don't put ice in these when I'm doing the small tastings ones. I give you a cup of ice so that you can do, hey, Sergeant Major, happy Thanksgiving to you too. So I'm going to take this one, and I want this to be a nice bold cocktail. So I'm going to put 1 ounce of the 1842 whiskey into this. And at home, I'd probably do 1.5 ounces, a full shot, just because I really like that whiskey flavor in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this raspberry puree. I've been getting these from Webstront. They have strawberry, mango, peach, grenadine, all at our Food Lion. But you guys can order these online or through Webstront. Start an account with them. It's great. And if not, do it with the raspberry preserves jam that you can get at the grocery store. You guys have seen me do that. I take 1 jar of the jam, add 50% boiling water to it, breaks it down, makes a really, really good puree. I'm just fortunate that I was able to get these with it. So I've taken the 1 ounce of the whiskey. I'm going to put a couple of swirls in there, probably about a teaspoon. I think that has a good enough flavor to it. And then I'm going to take a ginger beer, which I just had. Again, my favorite with this, Gosling's ginger beer. I just think that this has the best flavor. It doesn't have a lot of sweetness like the Reeds and a couple of the others, which are really good if you like sweet. I just am not a huge sweet fan in my cocktail. So 1 ounce of whiskey, about a good teaspoon up to a tablespoon of your puree, depending on what you like. And then I'm going to just top this with the ginger beer, and we're going to make this like a mule. So get a spoon. Give this a nice, got to be careful because that ginger beer does foam up. And I think I'm going to go a little heavier on that puree. I don't know if I have quite enough in there. I really want kind of that red flavor color to it. This is one you could interchange with your leftover cranberry sauce. That's what I was going to do. I was going to take the leftover cranberry sauce, make a little puree out of this, and turn that into the mule. That's what today was going to be. But then when I got the raspberry, I thought, oh my gosh, we have to do this. So this is the raspberry, the 1842, and then I'm going to just top it with a few fresh raspberries because I have an entire flat of them now. And you guys can you see how cute that looks with the little bit of the raspberries on it? And then just because it's a mule, I'm gonna add a squeeze of lime to it. I think that lime's gonna balance really, really well. And look at this, we got this looking like a little bit of Christmas right here in my little raspberry mule. And give this a sip. Yep. You can interchange this with any of your preserves. Blackberry, blueberry, the raspberries, any of your fresh fruit would be super, super good in this. Peach, apricot, any of that stuff with that would be really interchangeable with this. This is a keeper. 1 ounce of the 1842 whiskey, a good, I'd say, tablespoon of the raspberry puree if you make it with preserves, or you just add this in. Some ginger beer. I topped this off with some raspberries, a good squeeze of lime just to kind of balance that, and I think this is a perfect little cocktail. Sorry, I'm taking another sip because that one's really good. So that's our raspberry mule. The next one, I've been thinking about this. I don't know why I haven't done this in the past. We always really like the mint with lemonade or simply lemonade, iced tea, Arnold Palmer's. I mix it with a lot of juices in that. So I don't know why it just came, last weekend that I want to do it as a mint Collins. Like, I just think that mint and then the lemon vibrance of the Tom Collins mix, I think this is going to be super good. So I've really built this up in my mind that this is going to be this great cocktail. So I'm hoping you guys decide you like this too. So I'm going to take 1 ounce of our mint whiskey. If you guys haven't tried the mint whiskey, I would definitely grab yourself a bottle of this. It's going to be perfect in your regular coffees and your hot chocolates and all of that stuff for the winter. But where this really gets good is when you mix it with some fruit or the lemons and that stuff. It just makes everything super vibrant. I did the mint mango madness. If you guys haven't tried that, it just the mint and the mango, just everything is just super, super vibrant with the mint. If you've tasted the mint and you like it a certain way, do me a favor, do a little quick comment as to how you guys use this mint. I know we have a customer, Kelly, who just does the mint and the ginger beer and a squeeze of lime. That's what she does. She does the mint in there kind of like a whiskey mule, and no fruit, no anything like that, just that mint that just makes it really good. So I thought, well, heck, let's try this with the Tom Collins and see how this goes. So I'm going to take 1 ounce of the mint whiskey. I'm going to put that in this little tasting jar. Again, I'm just doing the little 8 ounce one because if I have to try all of these, I can't do the 16 ounce by myself, at least not for 4 cocktails. I'm going to take this Tom Collins mix. This is just my preference. The Mr. and Mrs. T's, it's readily available typically at Food Lion or Walmart for us. But if you guys have a different Tom Collins mix that you like, try it. Let me know. Give us a shout out and tell us what you like. But this Tom Collins mix I just think is really good. My rule of thumb on this is 1 part whiskey and 2 parts mixer. So I'm going to do, I did the 1 ounce of the whiskey. I'm going to put 2 ounces in this. And I have found that that is right at that Halifax, Virginia line. So I think I just do it to right here to where you see the little Halifax, Virginia, mix it right to there. And then I'm going to top the rest of this with Sprite. So preference is Sprite. You could do ginger ale because ginger is going to give it a little bit more of a fall wintry kind of flavor to it. But I like it to be really vibrant in that I like the kind of sweetness that the Sprite does. But you can also do this with a club soda. If you're trying to watch your sugar with the holidays, you can easily do this with the lemon lime seltzer from Food Lion. It's probably my favorite to mix with. So, okay, here goes. I've got the mint, the Tom Collins, and the Sprite, and I'm just gonna garnish with a lemon because I think this might be a little bit tart, so I don't want to squeeze the lemon. I'm just gonna put it in there, but maybe next time I'll do a little squeeze. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm just gonna lay it out here. The mint makes this super, super lemony. It's got a really just, as if like I've literally taken a lemon wedge and had a squeeze of that. But I'm gonna warn you guys, if you guys make these, they are dangerous. This is dangerous. Like, you really just don't taste whiskey in this. If you wanted to kick this up and you had the bourbon or you had the 1842, you could put a little shot in that if you really want to taste that whiskey. But I'm going to tell you, with this mint, you don't taste the whiskey in it. It's just a really vibrant Tom Collins. Oh, I really like this. You could do a little bit of fruit in here. You could do a little puree. You could add a little grenadine to this if you just want to kind of sweeten up that tartness a little bit. I would put something else in it, but I think this one, what scratch goes good with orange seltzer? I don't have orange. A friend of ours has just texted me this. What goes with the with an orange seltzer? The mint would be really good. The maple would be really good, and I would definitely do the peach. I think the peach with an orange seltzer, that peach and the orange would be super, super fabulous. So just in case. And by the way, I need more blackberry. Okay, I can fix you on that one. Okay, so this was an ounce of mint, 2 ounces of Tom Collins mix, and then about 6 ounces of Sprite or carbonation or anything like that. This is really good. I like this one a lot. Again, if you want to add a little bit more flavor, you can add a puree, grenadine, and turn that into kind of like a almost like a sunrise type thing with the grenadine. That would be really pretty in this, just for the holidays. Garnish with some different herbs or anything like that, but it would be super pretty with that. So, okay, 2 up, 2 down. This one I'm gonna do. This is a cocktail I've been doing since we introduced the honey almost 4 years ago. We used to do it with our 45 proof honey. Probably one of my favorite cocktails. It was definitely a gateway for many, many people who decided that they didn't like whiskey. This is one that I would say, oh my gosh, just try this one. And people be like, oh my, I can drink this. Like, the whiskey's not overwhelming. I think we can do this. But I'm going to kick this up and do this with our 90 proof, just because, you know, we're a big girl now and I can handle the 90 proof honey, and it has a really good, nice flavor to it. So for this one, I'm going to take, again, just my tasting glass with my 1 ounce. This, where the other two were at 60 proof, so really friendly, very subtle in there. I'm sorry, the mint was a 60. This one's at 90. This is at 90 proof, and I will tell you, this is a huge hit. This honey scratch corn whiskey, super, super big hit. Great with lemonades and all that. Great in hot teas, iced teas, all of those different kinds of things that you would typically do like a honey with. Hot toddy, cold toddy, anything like that are also super, super good with our warm mulled cider. But this one I'm going to do just with 1 ounce of this. And then I'm going to put this with the cran pineapple juice. This is probably one of my favorite ocean sprays to mix with our whiskeys. It's just super subtle. It's got great flavor. But any of these cran fruits, cran mango, the cran pineapple, cran lemonade, any of those would be really, really good to try. So, but this one I'm going to do with got dogs coming in. It's dog walking time here at Springfield. So I've got several of them coming behind me. You guys, with the juices, I do go a little bit heavier. With the juice, I go up to the thing. Do you want to try this? This is the raspberry mule. I think it's very, very good. James just walked in, so he's going to taste test in the window, in the mirror. This one I went halfway, so you can see I went all the way up to the Springfield line with the juice, because the juices are a little more subtle. They don't have the tartness. Isn't that yummy?
Very good.
Super good.
That's probably one of the better ones.
You think so, with the raspberry? And then I'm just going to top this with Sprite. This is a super friendly, super easy cocktail. And then with the cran pineapple, I'm going to do, because I did the Sprite with the lemon lime, I'm going to add just another lemon to this one, just because I think that this is going to have a great flavor. See what you think of that one. I like it. If you guys remember me making this a couple years ago, you didn't taste the whiskey so much. This one, you actually get a bit of the corn in it, which I think balances super well with the cran pineapple. I think the sweetness of that. This is just a hint of the whiskey flavor to it. But I really like these ocean sprays, and change it up. I think the cran pineapple is super good. It's probably one of my favorites. It actually, to me, tastes a little bit like strawberry.
It does.
Like and there's no strawberry in it, but for some reason that honey and the cran pineapple just turn into that. I'm going to give James a taste of, this is the mint Collins. This is done with the mint whiskey, Tom Collins mix, and Sprite. See what you think of that one.
Also good.
And that one good.
Yeah,
it's like
all
super
three.
really bright. Like,
yeah, all three of them have got very complex flavors. They're good cocktails. They're easy drinking, but you can still taste the alcohol. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay, so this last one has been James's, I think his concoction that he made his favorite for the last 2 weekends. And so I thought I would change it up just a little bit from how he does it. The way James has been making it is he's been taking this Springfield, hi guys, the Springfield bourbon, which has been a huge hit. We've sold almost the very first barrel. We've just bottled the second barrel. So I will tell you guys, you want to get in here and get your bottle, order your bottles and that stuff, because when it's gone, it's going to be gone. And it won't be a little while before we get another straight bourbon back on there. We'll do much more 1842s and some other, possibly a bourbon option, but our straight bourbon will probably be September before we have more of those. So get it while you can. And we don't judge if you buy multiple bottles. So this one I'm going to do with the Springfield bourbon. I'm going to put 1 ounce in here. James would probably go for a full 1.5 ounces in this. And I'm just doing the small one, again, just because we're doing this for a tasting. What he was doing was adding, in fact, I just should have pulled that out so I could show you. It's one of these, but I've got the mango. I don't know where the peach is. He was doing this with the peach puree and really liked that flavor with it. What I thought might be a little bit easier so that you're not trying to mix that with the bold ginger ale and that where it's kind of thicker is I tried getting this simply peach juice. This has a really good flavor. We've mixed with this with the brown sugar cinnamon before, but I thought a good splash of this. And again, this is juice, so I'm going to go halfway up with this. And then what I thought we would do is he really likes this bold ginger ale. So I'm going to stick with what he likes and go with this bold ginger ale with this. But you could do this with either ginger ale or with Gosling's ginger beer. But we're going to keep it the way he likes it and do this with the bourbon. He called this a peach mash, right? Bourbon peach smash. Sorry, a bourbon peach smash. So, and I'm going to put an orange in here just because I think the orange with the whiskey and that's going to be really good. So, let's see if I got a good. Less peach flavor than what you're used to. So I'm not sure if that's going to be peachy enough for you, but I kind of like that little peach notes in the back. And if so, I can add some of the peach puree to it. But I really like the way that bourbon comes through.
Yeah, that's good.
If you guys haven't tried the bourbon, you really should try and mix that. It would make a really good old-fashioned. In fact, I'm going to make one more just because I want to show you how I would do an old-fashioned with that bourbon.
It's the straight bourbon, and it's at 50% alcohol, 100 proof.
Yeah, 100 proof for this. So this is going to make a super good old-fashioned. I just believe this in my heart, but I was doing this. We typically do this with either the 1842 or I do it with the orange whiskey. But I'm really dying to try this with the bourbon with this. So I've got 1 ounce of the bourbon in here. I'm going to put just a couple of dashes of the bitters in there. And then I'm going to put a good squeeze of orange in it. I'm going to do 1 wedge, and then I'm just going to put another garnish of the orange in there just to make sure we have some really good orange flavor. And then I've got to find my cherries. Sorry, I didn't plan for this one. I'm going to put just a maraschino cherry in this one. But you could do dark cherries with this, and I like just a little bit of that grenadine juice. It's just how we make it here. And then I'm going to try it with a little bit of ginger ale. It's just what we do here in the tasting room. If you put a little bit of honey simple syrup or a little bit of sugar in there, that would be your kind of true old-fashioned. But in here, we have to add a little bit of liquid because we can't serve the drink so strong in the tasting room. But I'm going to give this a little shot and see what we think of this one. Wow. Woo! That's 100 proof.
No, it's very good.
You like that one?
Yeah, that's probably the best that you've done on the
Today?
old-fashioned.
On the old-fashioned?
Mm-hmm.
So you can, if you want that, so this one I find it's not sweet. Even with the little bit of the cherry in that. If you wanted to change it up, you could make a simple syrup. This one would be, can I put just a splash in this and see what you think? This is the brown sugar cinnamon, the brown sugar simple syrup where I've taken the brown sugar, added water to it to make it kind of a little puree. And I'm just going to put a little swirl in that just to sweeten it up just a smidge and see if we like that any better. Just for those that like it a little bit sweeter. Oh, wow. Wow. That's how I would make it.
I would cheat and I would have a little bit of the simple syrup in there.
It's a good take. It's a good twist on it. I would do it the
original way. No
but
sweetness
both
in
of them
it.
are good.
Okay.
Both of them are very good.
So these are our cocktails today. These are the ones that I would recommend for tomorrow. If you guys have these on hand, you can change these up a little bit. The first one I did was with the 1842. I did a raspberry puree, a couple of fresh raspberries. I've got a squeeze of lime in there. This is a perfect Christmas looking cocktail. And then we did this with ginger beer. If you're not a ginger beer fan, just have ginger ale and that would be just as good. The second one I did was the Mint Collins. I think this one is super good, especially for those that want to have a cocktail but don't really want to have a heavy taste of the whiskey. I did this with the mint whiskey, some Tom Collins mix and Sprite. It's really light and refreshing. I think anybody would like that. Our hours are Friday through Sunday. Friday and Saturday are 12 to 6. Sunday is 1 to 5. We will be open Black Friday. I'll just pause really quick on that. Black Friday will be open regular hours from 12 to 6. If you guys are in the area, you have family visiting and that, come and see us. We'll be open selling our whiskey, doing our cocktails. I promise I will have all of our cocktails listed tomorrow on Thursday so that you guys can see. And we have plenty of space. We've got different tables all over around the porch, and then we have an entire pavilion that seats 6 feet apart. So just know that you guys can come and visit us. And then the other thing I want to just kind of touch base on really quick before I tell you about the last two cocktails is the Shop Small. If you guys, I'm going backwards. This is our Shop Small. It's supporting small businesses all over your local communities and that stuff. For us, it's really important to support the small businesses because through this COVID and the pandemic and that, they've all struggled and kind of modified their platforms in order to be able to accommodate. We love any support that we have with us, and we just really appreciate it. The shipping, the gifting, we'll have, wrap it up and make some really pretty things. So watch us for Facebook. But all of the businesses downtown, we've got Worcester's and Busy Bean and Southern Plenty and McCollum Farrell. I'm going down the line. I've got KJ's, Mother Cluckers, Distinct Impressions, Enchanted, oh gosh, I can't remember. But just think of all those businesses. Take a look downtown. Do your shopping local. It makes such a difference to these local businesses. We're huge fans of doing that. Some of the local businesses with the LuLaRoe and all of those things. If you supporting that just is obviously supporting families in this tough time. So we really hope that you'll consider doing that. Okay, off my soapbox, back to the cocktails. The other one that I did, okay, James literally finished them both. This was the Bourbon Peach Smash. This was one he's been perfecting over this past weekend. I think every time he came in to try a different cocktail, he did this one. I did this with the Simply Peach because I think you taste that bourbon a little bit more. You could go with the purees like this, the mango or the peach, and it would be really good, but I'm going to tell you those get a little sweet. So ease into those because a little goes a long, long way. And then the last one that I did, take it back. I've got one more. This one's empty because he liked this one. This was done with the honey whiskey. This one you can change with the peach, orange, the honey, any of those you can change up with those ocean sprays. It is literally the same cocktail. It's a whiskey, one of the ocean spray juices, and then Sprite or ginger ale. Super simple. Everybody will drink it. It's super easy to do. And then the last one was that old fashioned. I did that with the straight bourbon just because I think it has the real taste of an old fashioned. So I did that with the bourbon. I put some bitters in that. And then I added just ginger ale, a couple good squeezes of orange, and then a maraschino cherry. You can add the fancy cocktail cherries would be really, really good in that. You like that raspberry one? I think I'll be making another raspberry mule for James so that we can drink those on the way home. But anyway, hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. We appreciate you watching. If you like these cocktails, come and visit us. All 5 of these will be on our menu this weekend. I might do the old-fashioned as you get to pick the whiskey. It could be the maple, the orange, the bourbon, or the 1842. I think all of those would be fabulous in there. And I'll add in 2 more cocktails. Of course, we'll have our warm mulled cider. We do that every weekend now. And in the next couple of weeks, you'll see I'll be doing the homemade hot chocolate. I might do that next week on the tasting so you guys can prepare for that for the holidays. Anyway, stay safe. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys next week. Take care.